Okay, we are starting, hopefully, the one and only part, although there are a lot of phone calls and we may have to stop mid-recording like Miscellaneous Pile did. We are starting with a a call to the police, Jefferson County, Carthage. The call was made 9/26/2018, 16:17 o'clock, which is actually 4 p.m. And the call lasted about 5 minutes. So 4:17 and lasted 5 minutes. Starting recording in 3, 2, 1. I'll cut out the ringing until you actually get answered.
Hello? Hi, yes. Who am I speaking with? Hi, I was told by the state police that I could actually have my landlord arrested for all the criminal trespassing I've been calling about. And so I was told to call the Carthage police and ask.
My mistake. We want to actually listen to the call that you made to the state police first before that. The state police telling you that you have the right to charge your landlord with criminal trespassing at best. So give me a second while I find the correct recording. Sorry, everyone. State Police 826. State Police 825. Oh wait, why am I so?
Press 0 or remain on the line. If you know your party's extension number, you may dial it at any time. To reach the Bureau of Criminal Investigation, press 4. To speak with a uniformed trooper, press 5. To speak with a sergeant, press 6. To speak with his own office, press 7. To leave a tip in our tip line mailbox, press 8. To reach a New York State Police dispatcher, press 0 or remain on the line.
Transferring to an operator. Please wait.
And I'll pause until we meet the operator.
Hey, Police Trooper Swell.
Hi, I'm calling to try to get a copy of a police report. How would I do that?
Was it for a car accident?
It was not. It was for stolen items and also various responses to calls for issues at my home with break-ins and landlord and things like that.
All right, I can give you the address and you can write a FOIL request to the state police for the records.
Are they free?
No, ma'am, there's a $15 fee.
If you can't afford the fee, is that just the way it is?
I don't know if it's a negotiable thing.
Okay. I also wanted to get a restraining order. Do I have to get a report before I can get a restraining order?
It depends on what type. You can get an order of protection through a family court if there's a family type of relationship.
It's more of a landlord entering and causing issues when I'm not home.
Okay, well, that would be a different story. That would be, a criminal trespass at minimum. Unless you give him authority or he has some kind of right to enter your property like that.
Okay, so an officer was already called out, but I wasn't told it was criminal trespass. In fact, so I don't know, I met with a Carthage officer, so maybe I'll talk to them about that.
Yeah, talk to them and see. You can have them arrested for doing that. Landlords aren't supposed to enter your property, Unless there's something in the lease that says they can, so they can access like a utility panel.
Right.
Something like that would be.
We don't actually even have a lease. I'm kind of an at-will tenant, and we've been having issues. But it's been ongoing, and no one's ever told me I had the right to actually do that. Although I've kind of asked, but
well, sure, because whether you rent or if you own your home, you still exercise control over that. Someone can't just enter that property unless they're invited. It's your home. You know what I mean?
I knew I wanted to do that when I came home and the water had been left on, and I had just gotten home, and I asked an officer to come out, and he did, and he came in and said he couldn't document unless he took pictures. And then last night he came back and told me I was under arrest for somebody had reported some rug stolen, and I guess he saw it in my kitchen the night before when he was investigating. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I guess I don't know what steps to take.
Yeah, give him a call back tonight, and then go from there. Sign a complaint. Tell him you want the person arrested for going in there.
Okay. So don't just go into front of a judge and try to get them to do it.
No, they can't.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
So, a couple of things. Number one, you never got the records because we never had the $15 to pay the fee. We never figured out if it could be waived or anything like that.
Whether you rent or you own, it's still your property. Landlords aren't supposed to just come into your property. Criminal trespassing, at the least, you can have them arrested for that.
Yep.
Totally different language.
Yeah, and that was from a state police officer.
That was a
trooper.
state trooper Stone at the state police barracks
Yep.
in Watertown.
Yep.
A few minutes.
Every other police officer we have ever met says that it is his right to come in whenever and however he wants,
We have no rights.
and that we don't have a choice, especially when we don't have a lease,
It's not our property.
and that we're only renters and we don't. Yeah, so
Even tonight, we were told it is not our property, even by the state trooper that met us at McDonald's.
So, this is basically the crux of why we're fighting this so hard. If it wasn't for this saying that we had the ability to fight back as far as criminal trespassing goes, and we've mentioned it to every single police officer we've come in contact since.
Right. To the best of our knowledge, no one should be able to enter your home without your permission, especially when you're not home. Or it would result in setting off a bug bomb, leaving doors off, or any kind of mayhem or mischief.
And only one or two exceptions, which is if your house is on fire or your house is continuously being flooded.
Emergency.
Yeah.
So totally different answer than we ever expected, which will be followed up by the call to the usual response that we are going to play.
Indeed. So I played that first and then this second, but at the same time, it does emphasize what the next call is going to entail. And exactly now that you've received the same information that we have and know the same knowledge that we do that we have this right, watch it not get enforced. Just wanted to reiterate the phone call that we had with the state
The
police.
police barracks in
was-
Watertown.
Was actually at 15:58, which is 3 o'clock, 3:58, going on 4 o'clock.
On September 26, 2018.
Correct. Now going back to the other recording that I was talking about, give me a second. It was made on the same day, September 26th, 2018.
At 4:17 p.m., lasting 5 minutes.
Yes, that is correct. Okay, starting recording in 3, 2, 1. Again, I'll cut out the ringing, and yeah. Actually, since we heard some of this already, I'll actually forward to the point where...
Hello? Hi, yes. Who am I speaking with? Hi, I was told by the state police that I could actually have my landlord arrested for all the criminal trespassing I've been calling about. And so I was told to call the Carthage police and ask for a supervisor or the chief of police. Yes, ma'am. I live in Carthage, and I basically have been mostly responded to by the Carthage police, up to and including the last call for criminal trespassing in my home on Tuesday evening, the 25th.
Okay, so this is already been reported?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Okay, so what's different now?
Well, what's different is my landlord and or the caretaker and or someone with a key has been entering my home and the property continuously for about 3 months. And until I got arrested last night, because after again coming home to my home and finding someone had come in and turned on the water and attempted to flood my apartment, the police officer returned last night with a warrant for my arrest because he thinks my kitchen rug's been reported stolen. So I didn't even know.
Our kitchen rug?
He thought my kitchen rug had been reported stolen. So I had an officer once again in my home because the landlord or a caretaker who has a key has entered my home continuously and once again has been in my home and tried to flood it. On Tuesday.
Okay, so each time, did you already report it, ma'am?
Yes, and nothing's been done, and that's why I'm calling. I want him arrested, please.
Okay, so what officer did you speak to last?
Higman?
What's your name?
Jennifer Watson. Officer Higman is the person that arrested me last night.
What's your address, Jennifer?
514 South James Street, apartment 1. I don't want to...
514 South James, apartment 1?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to give you a call, okay?
I don't want to speak with Officer Higman necessarily. At this point, something should have been done, according to the state police officer, possibly a supervisor or chief of police.
Okay, I'll have somebody give you a call, ma'am.
What does that mean?
I said I'll have somebody give you a call.
Okay, last time you said you'd have someone give me a call. No one called me back. Instead, they showed up the next night and arrested me. So that really doesn't work too well. No one called me back last time.
What you're referring to at that time was actually the 911 call that we have not recorded yet.
No, after Officer Higman came out and really didn't have to come in and photograph the wet bathroom floor.
Yes.
And could have taken the report in many forms and insisted that he was going to contact the landlord, even though the reason we called him was to get a restraining order and stop the illegal entry of the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
He left with the mindset that he hadn't heard a word we said. We followed up saying, please remind him this is to stop the landlord from entering, not to give him another excuse to enter.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told that he would give us a call back, and of
Yep.
course he never did.
Yes, and
Instead returned the following
and what
evening.
you're talking about right there, that they said that he would call us back. We did not. I have not recorded that yet.
Okay.
So that's my point. Maybe I'll record it after we're done with this phone call, since this one is only a minute longer left. So I believe that was on the 911 or to the Carthage Police Department, but either one, I'll find it and everything will be okay. Anyway, going back to the phone call in 3, 2, 1.
Last time. Instead, the same officer that was supposed to call me back came back and arrested me. Who is Officer Higman's supervisor? What is his name?
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to have the officer on duty give you a call. It's going to be Officer Mullins, okay?
That is not really what I'm asking.
Okay, ma'am, I don't know what you want from me.
I just told you. Chief of police name and supervisor's name.
Well, there's... Okay, the chief of police in Carthage is Officer Huber.
Huber and the supervisor?
That would be him too. He's the chief, ma'am.
Okay, and the other officer's name, Mullen?
That's who's on duty right now.
Okay, yes, please have him call me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you mind if I use the bathroom?
911, what's the location of your emergency?
514 South James Street in Carthage.
Your name, ma'am?
It's Jennifer Watson.
And the phone number you're calling from?
215-975-7903.
And tell me what's happening?
Nothing's happening. Something did happen though, and I need to report it.
Okay.
We were out all day after having several altercations, including this morning where the police were involved with the caretaker and the neighbor, landlord, everybody. We returned home after going to the grocery store with the adult protective caseworker. So it had to happen between 5 and 5:30. I got the store receipt. We came back in, and the upstairs was flooding. Someone entered our home, obviously with a key, and took some sort of a tool to the sink, underneath the sink, and broke the connection, and water was going everywhere.
Okay, so this was between 5 and 5:30?
Yeah. Well, actually, my receipt from the store says, I think, just after 5:30. So, right about that time, because it hadn't been going very long. So, yeah, right around that time. I probably...
Why is it you're just calling now, ma'am?
Oh, there are many things that had to be done tonight, including checking for stolen items, accounting for all of my pets, and a lot of cleaning. And not to mention the fact that I'm disabled. I'm trying to move out of a dangerous situation. I have a lot to do. So considering that I've called for the last 3 months over very serious issues, this is not life-threatening. I'm not in danger. Nobody's hurting me right now, but it has to be reported because I need to get a restraining order or some sort of protection. And I have to report it.
You feel this was a landlord? Is that what you said?
Well, he's the only one that would have a key, or the caretaker, who had the police out here again this morning and over the weekend, or my neighbor, who is the only other person I gave a key to. Actually, the only person I gave a key to. She is one and I are one.
Okay, well, send somebody over to talk to you.
Does somebody have to come out to get a report?
Well, I can't do a report over the phone, ma'am. I'm not a police officer.
Okay, I've done this for a long time, and how do I get a copy of all these reports so I can take it to a judge?
Contact the records department.
Okay, and how do I do that?
You go to the agency where you're filing the reports and ask them for copies of them.
Okay, which agency am I filing the report?
Well, I assume usually it's Carthage.
No, not necessarily. I've had Carthage, I guess, police, and possibly the sheriff or state police. Is there a way to... Oh,
Then you would have to contact them. The records offices.
Okay, I need a better thing than that. Because I have contacted Carthage Police and asked for a police report, even in writing, and still haven't gotten it. So when I go in front of a judge and I say, I can't give you the police report, I have other evidence, I need to be specific.
Then if you've had the sheriff's department and the state police there, contact their records departments and get copies.
I guess what I'm saying, would there have been anyone else in this jurisdiction that I'm leaving out?
No.
Okay, so just Carthage Sheriff's Department or...
Sheriff's Department, Jefferson County Sheriff's, New York State Police, or Carthage Police.
I'm sorry, you said that you got to me.
Jefferson County Sheriff,
Okay,
New York State Police,
okay,
and the Carthage Village Police.
okay. I appreciate it.
Okay, so you don't want anyone to come over this evening?
If that's the only way I can file a report, yes, but if I can just make a record of it and pick it up, then that's okay.
Well, if nobody comes to do a report, there's no record of it for you to pick up.
All right, so I guess we'll see somebody in a few.
Okay,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
So, I'm recording, by the way.
I don't know if that's true or not. Some departments let you file online, some by phone, some you have to go in person. I don't know if that's true or not, but I sure do know that we did not want and asked at least 3 times. We need to have a record to get a restraining order to stop this from happening. Does somebody have to come out? And we were told, yes, she's not a police officer, and she will not be taking a report. No one will, unless someone comes out. And since the whole purpose was to stop this from happening, take some report or evidence to a judge, we had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, Pandora's box is open.
Yep. And so, from there, we did the whole situation with
Michael Higman showing up, telling us the only way he will take a report is if he can enter the home, see upstairs, see downstairs, and take pictures and contact Joe Getman, and pretty much doesn't listen to why we called in the first place. Tells us that the pipe has obviously been tampered with. Here's the part. You could go get it replaced. And later files a report saying that the pipe burst, not that it was uncoupled. And
yeah.
Here we are.
So, next recording is the 911 call we then dialed saying we do not want Mike Higman to talk to our landlord and have him come out.
That would be the complete opposite of why we called, because the landlord or someone with a key keeps entering the property. This was not a call to facilitate another entry.
This call was still made on 9/25, 2018. It lasts for 4 minutes and 43 seconds, and it is midnight going on to 1 o'clock at midnight 55, so 12:55. We will start hearing the record.
How long does it last?
Oh, 4 minutes and 43 seconds.
Okay.
All right, gonna hear the recording in 3, 2, 1.
What's the address for your emergency?
514 South James Street.
Repeat the address for verification.
514 South James Street.
Are you in Cape Vincent or Carthage?
Carthage.
And your phone number?
315-975-7903.
And your name?
It's Jennifer Watson.
Okay, Jennifer, and tell me exactly what's happened.
I called to report someone with a key, probably the landlord or his caretaker, who's been abusing us, entered our apartment this afternoon and broke one of the little attachments under our sink and attempted to flood our apartment. I keep reporting things, and I called with the purpose of getting a restraining order obtained and getting documentation. However, the police officer, even though I repeatedly told him I am an at-will tenant and I do not have a lease agreement, doesn't understand that I have the right to refuse entry to my landlord, and I'm trying to get him a restraining order because of all the damage he's done. And seems to think that it's a good idea to call my landlord and talk to him. Now, I repeated myself several times. That's contradictory to what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm trying to move out and get things accomplished. I don't want people coming into my apartment. I definitely don't want the landlord or the caretaker coming in. And it's just going to cause the opposite of what I want. I want to be able to go in front of a judge and get him not to come in, go and buy another part for my sink, and go out and look for a different place to live. But I don't believe that the officer understood, and I do believe that he is going to contact my landlord, which means tomorrow I've got a landlord who's been trying to hurt us and has actually succeeded.
Ma'am, I'm going to interrupt you because I don't need the whole.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm the dispatcher. So which officer did you speak with?
Who was badge number?
308.
It was badge number 308.
Okay. So it was a Carthage police officer?
Yeah. And nice guy and everything. I just don't want him to contact the landlord on my behalf.
Okay, his chief is not on duty right now. I can either have you speak with the officer again, or you're going to have to wait until in the morning to speak with his police chief.
I want to be in front of a judge in the morning. Is there any way to leave a message?
No, I cannot do that. I mean, I can leave a message for the police chief and he can call you in the morning, but again, not until he's back on duty. And I'm not even sure he's on duty tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to...
Do you want to speak with Officer Hickman again?
Can I talk to him on the phone?
Yeah, hold on just a moment. Let me see if he's available.
Thanks.
Okay, ma'am, he is on another call, but as soon as he's available, he'll give you a call back. What is your phone number?
315? 975.
Yep.
7903.
Okay, and it's Jennifer Watson, correct?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
What time is it now?
Right now in real life?
No, how long was that call? That call was...
That call, you initiated it at 12:55, so, and it lasted almost 5 minutes, so you basically ended the call at 1 a.m.
So 1 a.m., he never called back anytime that night, and we never heard from anybody anywhere about the incident until they returned the following night to with a search warrant and the neighborhood to put on the show, and I got arrested. So the intent really sounds like there was no real investigation. He got back on the phone immediately. There was no return call, whether it was a call to the landlord or whomever, whether he suspected or whatever reason he had. He ended up reporting, as we'll hear later, that there was in fact a burst pipe, which did not happen. So this was not a good idea to open the door.
Call that we just made, that was on 9:25, correct?
This was the call, 9:25. This was the first call was to report simply for the fact that we wanted to be in front of a judge the following day so that we could stop the illegal entry of whoever kept coming in. And we believe someone with a key, obviously, over the last 3 months. Now we knew we had the power. We just had to report it, get records, go to a judge, and instead we got pushed around and arrested. So
Yeah, and the following day is when you called the state police saying, what can I do? And they said you can arrest your landlord for criminal trespassing. A couple minutes later, you call the Carthage Police Department, and they said they were really, she talked to you and basically just said, I don't want to give you the name of the chief and supervisor. Here's the name of the chief and supervisor.
yep, so this was the 25th.
Mhm.
And then we call and find out that we actually had some rights that no one told us about.
On the 26th.
And on the 26th. So, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the next.
Are we recording all this?
Yes.
Okay.
The next call is 9:26. A couple minutes after the call to the police department in Carthage, when we dealt with the lady who said, all that stuff. This was 9:26, 2018. It was made at 4:40, going on 5 o'clock, and this call lasted 20 minutes. Ready?
Can you put it on hold for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the third call on September 26th at 4:40 in the afternoon. First was to the state police barracks in Watertown saying we have rights. Second was waiting for a return call from the state police to report a crime. And now we are the final call before the arrest.
Yep. And we'll take a little break after this, and we'll start a new recording. Yep. Start it in 3, 2, 1. And I'll skip the ringing.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, yes, I was trying to find a lawyer.
Okay, and for what kind of matter would this be for?